Wait till everybody gets in here. Well, if you haven't been watching my YouTube channel and you haven't seen what I found out this morning, I had a bad, awful dream, folks. And it could be coming true. It's already set up. Trump, he's even agreeing on doing this. George Soros wants climate chaos, and he wants chaos in America. Democrats was going to win the House. Now I know why the Democrats are going to win the House. I'm going to read something to you. A couple things I'm going to tell y'all. Not sure how long I'm going to stay on here. It depends on how many people subscribes and how many people likes and watches and comments the right way. Welcome to Crazy House, Vonda. Seriously, this should have been called Crazy House, because that's what the Democrats are going to do. Have y'all heard the saying, if we lose Mike Pence and President Trump, do y'all realize who may be the next president of the United States if we lose them two from a coup or takeover or anything like that? Anybody know anything about who could be the president? Hi, Vonda. How are you this fine Sunday? Look, we got to really be serious about this. They're about our the migrants and the illegal immigrants. I want y'all to know that. Okay. You're looking live on Earth. The reason I'm showing you this is because Earth is turning fine overall. Thank you. And how are you? Simpsons? Have you ever watched the Simpsons, Lindsay? Or Vonda? Mama. I'm getting reactions crazy on my Facebook right now. They can't believe it. Linda Doss just put wow. George Soros wants this to happen. Nancy Pelosi is going to be the new speaker on November the 20th of the House. If something happens to Mike Pence or Donald Trump, she will be our next president. This is making sense. From The Simpsons, my intelligence are telling me, and my advisors are telling me, that North Korea is testing a new weapon that will shut down all airplanes, and this is why Putin don't want no flights in or out of Russia. And this is making sense. They're testing a new weapon, and they don't know what it's going to do. December the 1st, we got a president from Mexico supposed to be getting inaugurated, and Trump's supposed to leave Argentina to head to Mexico. But Argentina, Mike Pence and all five of the presidents supposed to be by China and the UN. The reason our troops are being deployed to Texas, just found this out. The gold that was recovered from 9/11 and from China is in Texas, in Austin, Texas, folks. The one is delusional. Tell me about it. Someone upstairs is really pissed off. Yeah. Y'all should be, but a lot of y'all are just fiddle-faddling around and not even worried about what's coming. Nancy Pelosi is already getting ready for her speech as the president. Either could go, this is what the thing is. If they test the weapon and will take the airplanes down, airplane is about to step down either way. That's not all. The Democratic Party has gotten really, really crazy, and I didn't want to say anything about this because it's been fake news, but it's all over YouTube, and I got to say something about this. But this Trump just tweeted, Trump trolls Pelosi, and Swalwell warns gun owners government. We've been getting nuked by hurricanes, dingling. Like that's new. That doesn't change nothing. We're still gonna have our guns packed. You Pingwan Toonton doo-doo shit piece of shit from California. Sorry. Excuse me. Excuse my language, but I'm pissed off right now. With all the damn shit I'm seeing right now. It's just a bunch of garbage. Trump tweeted, top Democrats announced a new plan that and he shows Obama and this Swalwell guy together. Joe Biggs says, so basically, Representative Swalwell, I don't even know how to explain that name, man, wants a war because that's what you would get. You're out of your fucking mind. You think I'll give up my rights and give the government all the power. It would be a short war, my friend. The government has nukes. Too many of them, but they legit. I'm sure if we talked, we could find common ground to protect our families and communities. Are you kidding me? They're gonna nuke us? All the tax-paying people that has busted their rear end for them? Okay, how it starts. ICE agents going into your house. Okay? How it ends, the Congress and the White. Blessed to be alive, Lindsay. How are you? This is what my buddy just sent me. I think it was Jose. Jose, I screenshotted this, and I cannot believe this guy's got the same dream that I had. Okay, not that many people has this dream, but this is making sense because the Simpsons predict a woman is the president, and it looks like either Hillary Clinton or Pelosi. Now we're hearing Hillary Clinton is dying with AIDS, so Pelosi could be the next deal, guys. This is making crazy sense. I know y'all don't want to believe it and you don't want to hear it, but what do you want me to do? Lie to you? I mean, what? But do you want me to lie to you? Do you want talking about hot musket? By the way, look up musket, and it's an old gun. Okay? This is the plan. By the time the migrants hits the border, Pelosi should be the president. This may happen between December the 1st and December the 23rd. You know Pelosi and Schumer are secretly backing Trump. Yes. 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 You're right. 2-3 could be 23. Like December the 23rd. Hi, Paul. Hillary has Kuru disease from eating human flesh. That's the rumor anyway. She had too much sex with kids that had sickness, guys, from other countries. There's a lot of people going through it right now. I'm not even done, guys. This is getting bad. The cities that's planning on bombing is Hawaii, which we seen that coming 6 months ago, right? Talking about Austin, Texas, and Washington D.C. But it makes sense because who was involved with that? George W. Bush. L.A., Texas, D.C. Well, I just put Washington. Okay, Hawaii too. Y'all need to put Hawaii in there because if they hit Hawaii, that means we're in trouble, right? That means that could be the 1,000-foot wave that's going to hit, the tsunami that's supposed to hit. And this is what Mark Taylor's been talking about. The tsunami, the red wave is coming in. And he talks about the earthquake. The heavens will something. My dang thing just went. It's just crap today, guys. Window. Okay, open. Heavens will open as if it were a scroll. Understand this. There will be no. I really don't. It might be mother of all bombs, or what they've been using in the hurricanes, but I don't think it's going to be what everybody thinks it is. 15 world leaders: Pence, Cuba, Venezuela, UK, China, North Korea. Does that make any sense? Does anybody understand what I just said? All these numbers are satanic that I'm getting right now. 11 means, okay, a date, September 23rd, 2000 and whenever. Well, we just passed it. So George W. Bush and Obama has been talking together, is what I'm hearing. Andres Manuel Lopez Radar, I can't keep up with all these people, is going to be inaugurated, and that's who they're going to hang out with. And then, or are they going to use that little weapon that North Korea is testing right now that the United States is not even worried about right now? That's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even like reporting this, but it could happen, folks. We're going to find out very soon because that's in 10 days when we find out. Because remember, guys, CNN's been talking about it. If something happens to the president, the vice president, and Congress, that means the president could be Pelosi, folks. Are you kidding me? Who would have thought that? What are you saying? They will be using. They lied about everything. Yes, Jennifer, they have. I just hope y'all are liking this video and sharing it because people needs to know what's going on. They've been shadow banning me, guys. If you did not know, on my other channel, I couldn't even get the dang words out. But I got more information before I even wanted to put it on live. I'm sure y'all knew I was coming on live. They will be using weather, microwave, ADS, and the power grid. Yes. This week is likely going to be full of false flags. Paul. Who's Paul? Hi all. Question mark, question mark. But Obama's good friends with that guy that just threatened everybody with nukes if they do not get rid of their guns. So what do y'all think? I mean, this is blowing me away right now. Jose Lewis sends me the story after I had my dream. That was weird. Mr. Canty, has anybody ever heard of Mr. Caddy? Or is that his name, Mr. Caddy? I'll spell it out for y'all, okay? I think it's Catyi, I think. He does a lot of the geometry. Mr. Caddy, yes. Okay, Paul, do you know if he is good or anything like that? I've never met it. I've never heard of him before. He might be somebody new. Callie or Caddy? Hell, I don't know. All I know is he's an older guy and he looks like a Zionist. And yeah, okay, Mr. Caddy. Okay, okay. He looks like a Zionist or a Democrat. He's good with numerology. Okay. Interesting. He might be a new guy to go to on the real news because, I mean, I can't be the only one out there reporting it. For crying out loud, Stephen Jackson's too dang worried about a complete. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. I feel like we're chasing a freaking ghost. Mr. Caddy is numbers, guys. Seems a CIA. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. They're all CIA if they got a bunch of subscribers. I'll tell you that much right now. They're getting paid by CIA. If y'all did not heard, we had a 7.0 on the Richter scale on the Ring of Fire. Fiji Islands. I do not follow Mr. Caddy. I didn't either until Jose sent me the video after I had my dang dream. That was weird. I got up in the middle of my sleep, guys. I mean, my heart fell out when it said Pelosi. The world is going to get a lot worse before Jesus comes back. Well, this is bad. If they put Pelosi in as president, she can't even get her words out right. She stutters. It's like she goes to the wine cellar and drinks a lot and then gets drunk and starts talking. Zach has had 17 channels deleted. Okay. Used to, but it's just way too many numbers crisscrossing. Felony aiding and abetting illegals and trusting. Well, think about it, guys. If Trump gets knocked out and Mike Pence gets knocked out, think about it. She's next as the president. If the votes count on the 28th. The 28th is coming up, guys. We got like 10 days. If you believe the Bible, it tells you it's going to get worse. I believe it, Skip. But you got to stop talking about it, man. They're going to kick you off. I've been warning y'all. Google owns you. If you use YouTube, you do what they tell you or you're not going to get to know the real news. I have lost more subscribers and more people for showing up with their religious or their hate, or if they're threatening somebody, they've been getting kicked off and losing their channel, folks. What do you think BP Earthwatch got kicked off for? He threatened me. And then Fox seen he was using the Fox app and they kicked him off. This is being planned by the New World Order. Yes, I just said that. George Soros. He just said it. He wants Pelosi as the president because he wants the immigrants to come in here and ruin our country. Just like Europe. It's all just like Europe, folks. I mean, this is what's happening on Russia's border. Russia's having problems with ladies and people blowing up themselves. Which troops and what are they doing? What? I'm confused. What are you talking about? What troops? Everybody's asking the same question. I'm lost. I'm telling you what I just said. I'm just telling you what my advisors are telling me, and then I had that crazy dream that Pelosi's the next president. God darn, man. Troops behind caravan. That will be the UN. 500,000 of them. California, Arizona, Texas. The troops that's being deployed by us is going to Austin, Texas to protect the gold that China and North Korea wants. China and North Korea is about to rob the bank in Texas, folks. That's making sense. I do have picks. We are Central South Florida. Well, your Florida's about gone. I'm just telling you. They're going to bring some more red chemicals to ruin some more of your Florida. I promise you. I told y'all they ordered it months ago, and y'all laughed at me. And then now we're seeing Red Sea out there. Bunch of y'all don't like me because I tell y'all the truth. Well, you know what Jack Nicholson said in that movie? You can't handle the truth. Red tide's horrible. Yep. That's your way of being the zombie if you touch that stuff. So Pelosi and Trump is good friends. You got that right. Obama is good friends with Trump too. I don't know if you knew that or not. They've been out to eat together while they were arguing with each other on television. It is a bad with red. Yeah, I agree. Do y'all want to hear Mr. Caddy, what he said? Because it's kind of like a mirror of what I just said. The water's so bad, I won't go fishing anymore. Go fishing? I wouldn't even step foot in it. How about that one? Forget about fishing. Dude, everybody's going crazy on my Facebook on the story that I just put out on Facebook. I just told my Facebook friends and subscribers and my customers and my ex-employees what has happened, and they're in shock. You think I was? I was like waking up in hot flashes. I mean, I haven't been wrong on stuff, guys. I've been pretty much right on dot. I mean, it's scaring the crap out of me. I want to scream too. I have no way of going right now. My oil pan has went down the ditch or went into a freaking pothole. By the way, if y'all not noticed, they're working on the bridges for the tanks and not the roads. Has anybody noticed that? Galaxy Nexus Mexicans are protesting in TJ and here fighting and are attending to push them out of the city. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. They're not pushing them out of the city. They're actually helping George Soros. Yeah. And we got to be ready for this, guys. If Pelosi gets in as president, we're screwed. We are completely screwed. I haven't heard y'all say yes on if you want to hear Mr. Caddy's story and you want to hear mine at the same time, that's fine. But this is the cities I want y'all to get out of: Hawaii, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Austin, Texas. You need to get as far as away as they're going to bomb them cities. Okay, they may nuke them. Pelosi wants to be speaker. Yeah, and if she's the speaker, Mark, she's the president. If Mike Pence and Trump, we can't win for losing, can we? We got from crazy house to crazy, crazy town to crazy house. I mean, seriously, when is this happening? Well, the vote, the fake vote, is the 28th of November. December the 1st is when they inaugurate the Mexico president that was in the movie Fast and the Furious. If you don't remember that guy's name, they robbed the bank, remember? Paul Walker and them got them Dodge Chargers and they went through Mexico City. He talks about Pence and Trump being taken out. Yep. Crazy, ain't it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. CNN's been even talking about it like they know what's up. Maxine Waters is giddy about being head of the bank. Maxine Waters is a man. I don't know if you knew that or not. That's his name's Max. Yep. Who knows? Nancy Pelosi might be a man. We don't know. All I know is we're in trouble. We in complete trouble, folks. Mad Maxine is in Israel. Right now? Good grief. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, guys, you know, you just want to shut down your YouTube channel sometimes and you just want to scream. I feel like Maxine Waters is a felony. They're all felonies. Obama's even a felony. You kidding me? It wouldn't surprise me if Trump's got a felony on him. They're all bad. But guys, this is making sense why all of our troops are heading toward Texas. It's the gold that's in Texas. And California has gold. Washington has gold. I guess Hawaii's got gold too. All four places are going to get bombed by North Korea and China. And this is another 9/11 plot, folks. Seriously. What if it comes? She must be talking it up with the bankers. Yes, George Soros has already said it a couple of weeks ago. He wanted Pelosi, but I thought he was fucking off. Guess not. The reason I wanted to show y'all this satellite view, they're going to show a satellite view. This is it. This is the satellite view I wanted to show y'all. This is Earth, folks. And Earth has something going on over there close to California. And I want y'all to see it, folks. Let's see if I can get a better view. Get a better view of that. Okay. Who owns the banks? George Soros and the 13 world banks. Rothschilds and Henry Kissinger and God knows who else. Yeah, this is Mother Earth, but I hope they show the Earth turning green. It kind of reminds me off of Maximum Overdrive. I think I know how the cars comes to life. They're gonna put in them driverless cars and everything, and the cars are gonna crank up and come to life. But the green is actually the chemtrails and the electronics, like some kind of electronic stuff in the air. The curve is a steep. You are looking at Photoshop. The Earth is flat, and you're on drugs. You're a dumbass, dude. If you want to stay on here, Skip, shut up, please. Okay? That's like saying climate chaos is not going to happen in America because Rothschilds don't control the weather. I mean, seriously. In CERN, Switzerland, pulling all the sun flares that just hit Fiji Islands with a 7.0 on the Richter scale. No, it's not the truth, dude. You didn't finish school, man. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not having stupid people on my YouTube channel. I don't care if you subscribed or unsubscribed. Get out of here, dude. I'm sorry. I want smart people like that's been talking. I cannot believe you just said that. Seriously. I just reported spam. Get out of here. Good grief. Prove me wrong. Oh my God. Just go somewhere else, man. Seriously. I feel sorry for you. Get off the drugs. I got off of them 4 years ago. Okay, I'm clear and I'm clean now. I'm ready to roll. Dude, oh my God. Go troll somebody else, Skip. Seriously. I don't have time for that crap. Y'all want to hear what Mr. Caddy said about the geometry numbers. It shows Simpson and Pelosi and Trump and Obama's involved. Prove us wrong by getting on a boat and head toward one direction, please. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You're welcome. Lindsay. By the way, that's my boss. Lindsay's on here. Hey, Lindsay. Douglas. Yes, I do. Christopher Columbus Creeper. Thank you. All right. Can we get on? I'm just wanting to show you something of what's going on with our Earth, and we're going to come on there and talk about. Okay, you know what? Say whatever you want to say, but we're not going to listen to it. Sorry, I didn't go to school for stupidity. I went to school for reverse psychology. Did you? My gosh, I'm probably one of the smartest dudes online. You just don't know. You don't know. I'm genius. Why do you think I went to gaming and gave you all the news? Everybody else is falling like flies. Think about it. You know who gave me all that information? Ex-NSA and ex-CIA, Kevin Shipp and Edward Snowden. You're welcome. See, I told BP Earthwatch to do that. I told Paul Begley to do that. I told them all to do that. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit that I know what's going on with the internet and they don't want to listen to me. But I guarantee you I'll be the last one standing because I've got a bunch of YouTube channels backed up, ready to roll. That's all I can say. It's not about subscribers anymore. It's about views and getting everybody the real news. You're either going to share or not share. That's your decision. But if you don't share, 4 billion Chinese is going to whoop your ass. Bottom line. Wolverine, boys. That's all I got to say. Better get ready. Where was that football game in 2012? Wasn't it in Texas? And how about the martial law? Was that in Texas in the 80s of Red Dawn? I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Texas. Let's see here. And it was Christmas, wasn't it? Close to Christmas? Because it was a Christmas ball on the table. Does anybody remember that? Go ahead. Threaten me, man. Threaten me. Did you hear what I've been saying about stupidity on my YouTube channel? Do you know what they're doing right now? Skype. Uh, the internet is watching what you're saying and is traveling to your house with a drone to hit you upside the head. When you go outside, it's going to look like a little bee. And when it hits you upside the head, you're dead. You're gone. That's all I got to say. So say what you want to say. Because now, you're either going to be in a FEMA camp or a FEMA coffin. It's up to you. Or either fight with us. You decide. I'm going to fight. If I have to hit them upside the head with this ceiling fan, I will. And take their fucking guns. I don't give a shit. I'll hit them upside the head with this thing 70-inch TV. I'm going to fight to the death. I don't care. Anybody that says some stupid stuff, that means you want to die and you want to leave the world. Do you realize this, buddy? They are listening. You're not. They are listening. They're saying smart things in here because they realize, and they've been subscribed to me for a long, long time. Look, the ones that have subscribed to me, I'm sure if you haven't heard, we've lost a lot of people, okay? And they're probably dead is the reason they're not on here watching. That's what I see. You might not see it, but I do. Mr. Caddy. There he is. He's an old man. Thanks for that, Jose. You just hit another home run on that. I can't believe he said the same thing I did. 8. It is. Jim, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to warn you right now. Google said quit talking the crap about religious. We know you believe in God. I believe in God. But Google don't want you on here talking their crap. They own it, not you. Just thought you might want to know that. So if you want to get kicked off and blocked and deleted by Google, go right ahead. I already told you what's going on. Quit with the bullying, quit with the religious, and quit with all that. We believe in God. We know that. You don't have to slam it in our face like Paul Begley. You got me? The reason I'm here to fight for our kids is because they're not going to be pedophilia ever again. You got me? Capiche, Mr. Whoever your name is? Jim? How many Jims do we got in here? Where's Jim when you need him? I don't give a damn how many people are watching. Whoever the other guy was. What was his name? Skip? Well, Skippity-doo-dah-day, buddy. I don't give a shit. I've been telling y'all October the 1st, 2016, that ICANN took the internet. Obama gave the internet to ICANN. Y'all need to wake up and quit with the stupidity crap. That's all I can say. You will wake up when North Korea blows your head off. How about that one? Oh, wait a minute. That's right. You want to die, right? Come on. Let's do it. Let's die. Let's die and let these kids get sexual harassed and abused some more. Let's have all the women get raped and murdered, okay? Stupid. There's your green that I was trying to tell you about. By the way, it looks round. Retarded one. There's not a rapture. Your rapture is 25 billion. 25 billion drones hitting you upside the head, Jack. Because you took your guns and gave them to your government. Because that's what you're going to do, ain't that right, Mr. Christian? You don't want to fuck with me, dude. You don't want to fuck with me. Look at the fucking green, you stupid fuck. Welcome to Maximum Overdrive, dumbass. That's Photoshop, right, fuckhead? That's near California and the whole United States. That's getting covered with this shit. There's your chemtrails. That's what's making you sick. What a dumbass. Damn. Dutch say what, Jim? Dutch Sense is a CIA bitch operative. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? He works for the CIA, jackass. Dude, are you ready to stupid shit? Shut the fuck up. Huh? No, you didn't want to hear that. You don't want to listen to me. Do you? Did you? No, you didn't. Get out of here. See ya. I warned you twice. No, actually 3 times. A lady. You know the sad part is the women are smarter than the men on here. Let's see how many men are smarter than the women. Let's play a little game. Because I've been seeing the women kicking y'all's ass all over the internet. And you know what? Maybe we do need Pelosi in there, huh? Ain't that right, man? Do you want to be stupid or do you want to listen? You want Pelosi in there? You want Nancy Pelosi in as the White House? Because that's what's about to happen. Wake up. Or go smoke some more weed of rat poison, chemtrails with roach spray. Keep on smoking that stupid shit. Whatever you want to do. When they legalize it, you will die. Yeah, Fiji Islands was hit by Rothschilds. You're welcome. Well, I couldn't resist either, Mark. I'm going to sit there and make... Look, I'm like Nick Saban. I'm going to make fun of the press. I believe it, Violet Girl. I mean, the men, all they want to do is go rape women and cheat on them and treat them like crap while the women do the right thing. Ooh. Did I just hit a nerve, man? Huh? Did I just hit a nerve? Because I never cheated on my woman. You know why? Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I was raised from a military family. I'm better than you, man. Sorry. That's all you're good at. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go get some drugs and drink, right, man? And then go home and beat the hell out of your woman. That's all you're good at. Somebody that says that Earth is flat just did that. That's all I can say. That's why I look at it. You can dislike my video. I don't give a shit. I don't. I give you the rights. And by the way, congratulations, Jose. Been married for 20 years. Great stuff. 21 years. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was with a girl for 17 years. That's just great news, dude. If you did not know, Dabo 777 is a CIA. He's been bought out by none other than, it's all reverse psychology. But if you did not know this, all the big YouTube channels that y'all go to want your money. Remember, hey, I got a PayPal over there. Y'all put some money in it. Do you see a PayPal on mine? Nope. I'm the real deal. See, I make all the fake YouTube channels my bitch. They know me. They all know me. They know I'm bringing them all down. You been in a soap opera, Skip. Seriously. You been on a soap opera. We've been in a soap opera for years. Yeah, they do. They know me. They know me, kid. I'm Andrew Jackson, by the way. The third. I'm better. I ain't got my eyes wide open. But I do know one thing. A lot of y'all are not going to be making it because you did not listen and heed my warnings. All right, here we go. Enjoy. Wait a minute. Did you just say I think too much of myself? You ask any woman on my Facebook or any of the YouTube subscribers that I care about women that's being raped, murdered, and domestic violence. I'm not done, Skip. Shut up before I kick you off. You're a piece of shit. You probably live by yourself and playing PlayStation with the kids. With Dustin McGee 8. They don't have a life. Let me help you out, man. I really do. I want to help you out. And I feel good about this. If you haven't read on the bottom of the screen and you just turn on my screen, it don't have asking for money on PayPal like your stupid friends are. Okay, Skip? Okay? You know why? You know why? Because I'm fighting for your freedom, fuckboy. Yeah. Your hate and your religious stuff has ruined our freedom. I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to tell you like it is. Shut up with your religious and shut up with your hate and shut up with your pedophilia and sexual stuff because I'm sick of it. Do you want to be the next guy to get kicked offline? Because I will do it. I've kicked off over 12,000 people in the last 8 years. From Craigslist, Facebook, YouTube, NASCAR, online, PlayStation, Xbox. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm sick of your fucking stupid shit. I'm sick of people that don't wake up and see the real truth. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people walking away from problems. You're a coward if you do that. That's all I got to say. You're too damn worried about Earth being round or as a square. I guess it looked like a checkerboard for you, bud. Right? Is it a checkerboard? Huh? Do you realize how many subscribers I have on 5 channels? Close to 40,000, you stupid dumbass. You know why? Because I tell the truth like you lied about. I bet you only have, what, 2 subscribers? Shut up. Sit down and know your role. That's your problem. I don't take drugs because I was asleep doing that crap. That ain't happening no more. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You stupid fuck. You gone. See ya. See you later. Hey, do me a favor. Go to Sloss Fat Furnace and see how crazy you will be. Okay? Because I'm not playing with you, man. I started work at 10 years old and I'm 41 and I'm still working and I'm injured, you stupid dumb bug motherfucker. I'm sick and tired of people like you coming onto my channel telling me what to do. Go back to North Korea and jump off of a fucking log somewhere and drown. How about that one?
Okay, welcome back everyone. This is Mr. Cat-Eye. Now I have a lot to discuss with regard to this invasion discussion, and I have to go back in time to 2013 to begin in order for you to first and foremost see and understand that it's the code, the numbers, that were observed in 2013 and 2015 and again in 2017 up to the most current observation, which I'm getting ready to give you. Now, back in 2013, there was media coverage with regard to North Korea and these images that were media related that showed North Korean a war room with a war map, and that map under closer scrutiny revealed 4 target cities. Those 4 target cities were Hawaii, Los Angeles, California, Austin, Texas, and Washington, D.C. Now, at the time, even I could understand 3 of the 4 being targets that they are, but I viewed Austin with a concern because it just didn't seem to fit. And yet I had to acknowledge what was being shown instead of just dismissing it. I went ahead and left it as it is because with these things that are coded, the code for me sometimes can take me a while to see what I've already seen. Now, I may make an observation, but that observation may not become more clear until a little time down the road. But anyway, in 2013, I showed that the significant code in these 4 cities, code-wise, alphanumerics and things of this nature, showed, of course, the 9/11 code, and with an emphasis on 21 and 23, 9/11. Now later, I would expand that to once again repeat the 911 finding, but eventually, here in March of 2017, I did the 3rd report with regard to this North Korean possible invasion in these target cities. Now, the invasion was seen back in the day because this 2013 would have been prior to 2 years prior to Jade Helm. So the invasion was seen back then by myself and many others as an invasion involving not just North Korea, but elements of China and perhaps even Russia. So at the time, those were things that were going on in my mind, but the code, the observation found in the event, because it was coded, identified these four cities as target cities. Now, keeping that in mind, 2 years later, when I did the Jade Helm invasion map video, it is what helped formulate for me, because see, I already had a basis of understanding with regard to these 4 cities. Now, Austin, only as a matter of discussion for those of you that may not know, in 2013, Rick Perry was the governor of Texas. And during the latter years of Rick Perry's final term, he made moves along with Texas to reacquire, to take possession of the Texas gold that was being held by the Federal Reserve. Now, this set up a political drama between Texas and the government because, of course, the Federal Reserve didn't want to comply, made it difficult for Texas to understand why the Fed would take the position.
That's the best way to do it, because if you use your cell phones all the time, you're going to have a bunch of headaches. You need to put it on a screen, a bigger screen, so you won't squint your eyes and have headaches. That's the problem. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. By the way, John X is a piece of shit. He's a pedophile.
That it did because the Fed wanted to merely give Texas digital currency value instead of physically returning the gold. Well, Texas was...
Oh, well. Y'all go to him then if you want to. He'll push you right into a FEMA camp. You'll be in the FEMA coffin.
I'm going to buy that. And so eventually, after Rick Perry was no longer governor, they got a new governor, Abbott. And so by the time 2015 came along and Jade Helm, where Texas was seen as, and I clearly identified as part of Jade Helm operations, Texas was regarded as hostile.
Okay. Do y'all want to hear this or what? I mean, y'all wanted to know where did I get the dream and everything. I got the dream, but this is where Jose sent me this. And it's weird. It's blowing me away because this is almost the same thing as my dream. I'm trying my best. I'm trying the best I could. All right.
Territory for the sake of training. But I believe it was much more. But okay, Austin. Austin was always the enigmatic city because it didn't seem to fit. And it took me a while to realize, only because of things that were going on in 2013 up through 2015 and beyond involving Texas and this gold. It finally, it came to, to a thought process that the gold that Texas possesses, they have reacquired from the Federal Reserve, is a key amount of gold bullion. Now, gold was a key component of the 9/11 Twin Towers New York City event, where the gold bullion was removed as part of an element of the operation that had many motivations other than just the gold. But the gold was a factor. And so once again, I believe that a major event has been planned over many years that takes into consideration the gold that Texas possesses in the Austin vicinity. Now, they created a special gold depository for the gold. It sets up Texas for being independent truly if things go a certain way with regard to the dollar, the American dollar. So by reverting to a gold standard, which Trump wants to do.
Yes. You're right, Douglas. You are absolutely right. But it's about to get taken by China or North Korea. Somebody's about to get it. They're going to invade the Texas area.
Texas would have been way ahead of the game. And because of it, and because it's in Texas, and because it involves the quantity of gold that it does, I believe that it serves as a motivation that's a component of a invasion plan that began many, many years ago, of which North Korea at the time in 2013 was the proponent planner, although China could easily be seen, North Korea as a puppet. Now, I would tell you, because yesterday, North Korea was in media. Apparently, they tested a secret weapon, a new technology. And
yes, ma'am, boss lady. Thank you.
And the timing for me is very appropriate for me to then give you this report that I'm giving you, because I have to say some things involving North Korea in this report that I probably never would have mentioned had it not been for the North Korea secret testing of some new technology that poses a considerable factor in future events. Now, with that in mind, bear in mind 4 cities, 4 target cities, and a code that it wasn't until March of 2017 when I realized I took all of the numbers identified in these 4 cities over the many different previous reports and identified that 21, the numbers 21, were associated with these four cities. So the number 21 was associated with all four of the target cities. I then noted that only two cities, Austin and Texas, were associated with 22 and 23s as numbers found as code within the previous reports. Then, once I had laid all this out, I realized that the major observation is that all four cities would be addressed on a 2-1, which to me is a date, 2-1. And I'm talking 12 December 21, which is a historical reminder of the 12-21-12, where I said something began of a manipulation that we've been under ever since. Now, the code, because 21 is a number associated with...
Now, 21 could be a volcano, an earthquake. He keeps on talking about, the numbers is just makes sense that something like this would happen right before Christmas. December the 23rd is another day that we're concerned about. And December 11th and December the 1st could be some key dates you might want to put on your calendar. And watch out for the 28th. That's going to be interesting.
Each of the four cities, I know that 21 will eventually become a 2 plus 1, which is a 3. 4 threes is 12. However, if you take the raw numbers of 21 times 4, you're going to get 84. 84 is still 12. 12 is in the picture. Now, 22 is associated with Trump. And because 22 is shown twice, it should be noted that 22 two times is 44, which is an Obama number, which is key. So the last two numbers, 23, which is identified twice in Austin and Washington, 23s can become 5s. As 5s, 5 and 5 would be 10. But I see, because you have to see what you're seeing, so 2, 3 stacked on another 2, 3 would be 4, 6. Now 4, 6 is 10, which is a 1. So the finding from all of the code observed in these four cities, target cities, would be 12, 1. Now this 12, 1 would also show us something else very significant, and this is the first time I'm going to be able to show, and maybe the only time I'll be able to show, but it is a prime example of how the 923 that I'm always and have been harping on for many years, 923 is a code in and of itself, not a date. However, the numbers could be related to September, could be related to the 23rd of any given month. And so I mention that because, watch this. Having created the 1 to the 12 two ways, from either 3 times 4 times 3, which is 12, or 84 raw number, which adds to 12, and the 1 from the 23, which is 46, which is a 10, which becomes a 1. This 12-1, I would remind you, is the most recent code that signaled the major change and beginning of a major phase operational that the deep state is invoking. And that began with the borderline grill shooting that involved 12 plus 1, a total of 13. 12, 1. Now this 12-1 would be very significant for me because as I reviewed my material with regard to the invasion, as I was doing research into many aspects of the southern border caravan incoming immigrants, I realized that I was looking at something very key, but I needed to expand my own vision and observation of what I already knew and expand it. So that's exactly what I did. Now, before I get started, because I feel it's only fair for some of you that may be puzzled as to, why did I name this video the Troika of Tyranny? Well, to be honest, I learned on November 1st that National Security Advisor John Bolton gave a speech that called for minimizing diplomatic contact with Cuba and ramping up sanctions on Venezuela and Nicaragua, because he dubbed those three countries, the socialist countries, the troika of tyranny. Now, Bolton basically said that it was an indication, well, that there's no question that Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela are all controlled by oppressive left-wing governments who jail political opponents and restrict basic freedoms like those of speech and free press. Now, that's where the term troika of tyranny comes from. And it's important to know this because, you see, it feeds into, this is, Bolton's a deep stater, a neoconservative, okay, whose influence in the Trump administration is rising. Now, neoconservatives are everywhere, but okay, that's just one side of the flip side of a coin involving the 2-3 crowd, the Obamas, the Clintons, and the other side, the Trumps and Jared Kushner's and the other Zionist elements that are the flip side of the Zionist coin. Now, I needed to get that out of the way, but okay, now watch this. The code of 12-1, which is associated with the borderline bar and grill shooting, gave us a number to identify, to note, which I did. When I realized that these four cities showed a code of 12-1, it wasn't until I learned that the presidential inauguration of Mexico, the new president, Andre Manuel Lopez Obrador, whose initials are AMLO, that's how he will be referred to in media, that he's due to be inaugurated on December the 1st, 2018. Now, this is very standard for Mexico. Every 6 years, they inaugurate their president on 12-1. The existing president was inaugurated on 12-1-2012. Here it goes, 6 years later, we have a new president who's coming into power, and this new president is a populist in that he won by overwhelming majority the votes to become the president of Mexico. But let's understand something about the politics of this man. Even though he's a populist, he's a leftist. Now, you have to understand that I don't believe on a personal basis that he could have become president of Mexico without certain in other words, certain groups had to approve him and allow him and support him into this presidency. To begin with, as the president of Mexico, he commands the military, the federales, and so that's key and significant to not only holding power, but being able to do things with the power as president. But okay, in other words, he would have had to receive the overwhelming support of the military, law enforcement, to include those corporate interests within Mexico that are Mexican and foreign corporate interests that are in Mexico who would have assisted with funds and things of this nature, and would have had to also acquire the overwhelming support of the many cartels that are within the body of Mexican districts that go from the east tip of Mexico all the way to our southern border. Now, this is important that you understand that as a populist, he's made many statements. He'd like to do many things. He's talked about giving immunity to the cartel, drug leaders. There's a lot of things that people, of course, don't approve of because that's his leftist ways. But the one thing that I would note and I bring to your attention, and because it's part of this discussion, is that, and you'll find it if you do your research, where AMLO discussed as a major Mexican, as a country, as a project that would create jobs and do all kinds of things that sounds like Trump, okay? He wants to create 1,000-mile train link, a rail line, 1,000 miles that would bring in the ancient sites from East Mexico all the way into central and up to our southern border like Mexico. 1,000 miles of rail line. Now that the rationale is for this archaeological, you could then have archaeological tours. It would be great for tourism. It would create jobs, the rail lines, and all kinds of sub businesses that would benefit taxis and hotels and food places. In other words, it's a big moneymaker for the Mexican people if this were to be, in fact, pursued. But when I heard that, because I think differently, of course, I immediately said, man, that really would be nice to perhaps take a trip, by rail, going from the north to the east, or vice versa, and to take in all of the ancient archaeological sites that exist. And while I found that to be very appealing, there was a side of me that said, 1,000-mile rail line would also serve strategic and national security interests, in that they would then be able to move large volumes of heavy equipment and or people and supplies north towards America. Now, this may not mean anything to you, but recently, because of reports of thousands of tanks being in East Mexico, whether they're true or not is beside the point. What I know is that if in fact they exist, and if in fact they have a red star on them, that wouldn't make them Russian. It would make them more Chinese or North Korean than Russian. Now, because North Korea and China are involved, and because going back to this invasion plan involving North Korea involved potentially China and Russia, it's only appropriate that I have this discussion, because you need to see certain elements that I believe have all been brought about intentionally through the support to allow AMLO to become the president of Mexico in the timing that he has become president, to pursue the things that he claims he's going to pursue. And so his interactions with Trump in terms of trade, drug cartel, human trafficking, illegal arms, and all the things that are problematic for America as well as Mexico should be addressed by this new president, along with Trump's cooperation. But before we ever get there, I had to realize that this entire event scheduled for December the 1st was part of the construct. Now, what that means is that it's part of the mega ritual plan, but in a way that even I had to take some time to process, because it's going to go like this. On December the 1st, when the president of Mexico gets inaugurated, it's already stated in media reports that he's going to have at least 15, if not more, world leaders in a
Guys, when he starts this and everything, I want y'all to be sitting down. It's the same thing I said in my dream. It's just blowing me away. And I want y'all to share this viral, because this could happen. If this happens, then we're the first ones that can save our country and tell them what's going on. George Soros' plan, guys, right here. Listen to this, and just do what you can. Thank you, guys.
Attendance. Mike Pence, our vice president, is due to be in attendance. Now, there's even been stories as of recently, 3 days ago, where it was stated, although I don't believe it to be true, where Trump was quoted as saying that perhaps he might attend and be in attendance at this inauguration for President Obrador. Now, I don't believe that's so, because the timing, first of all, you'd have to understand that Trump is going to be in Argentina during this time frame, attending the G20 summit. So, yes, depending on what happens in Argentina at the G20 summit, he could break away and come and make an attendance. But then again, he may not. Now, the reason he may not is for the following. And this is just my observation and my thoughts on the subject. When I realized that the code of 12.1 is in the 4 target cities that involve North Korea, and that it showed a 2-3 pattern within the construct of the numbers in the cities, I had to note as a basic observation that 1 and 2 is 3 plus 1 is 4. and the 2-3, denoting the pattern and sequence identified within the 4, that 2-3 adds to 5. Well, 5 and 4 would be 9, but we're seeing it in a 4-5, which is a 9. So we have.
Put your seatbelts on, folks. It's about to get wild. Just hold on. I don't want this. I promise you. I don't want to see this happen. But we got to report it because George Soros is calling for it.
Our 9-23 in our face. So 9-23 is the construct for their success that they're trying to achieve. And I believe that they have a plan to do so. This event on 12/1/2018. Okay, now let me repeat something very important that you have to keep in mind. I stated that Pence, our vice president, is going to be in attendance at this inauguration for the Mexican president. And I stated other world leaders are going to be there. We're going to have the president of Cuba, the president of Venezuela, Maduro. We're going to have key representatives from the UK. I've even heard China representatives, North Korean representatives. And so when I realized the people who were going to be in attendance, of course, I had to learn that Trump will be in Argentina during this time frame. It then set up for me a scenario that immediately it flashed in my head, only because if 12/1, this date of the inauguration, is a key date of action, what action would that be? Well, I don't know, but I speculated, and it goes like this. If, in fact, this meeting of these socialist and communist dictators getting together for this inauguration have, as part of the mega ritual plan involving Obama and Bush and these other socialist and communist leaders, to include North Korea and China, are actually involved in a plan to invade America, then, as I stated in a previous report, the immigrants within the caravans, the thousands coming up, the men, would have to, at some point, link up with their weapons, arms, munitions, and their communications gear, and perhaps even transportation. You never know. But until the men are linked with their equipment, arms, and weapons, you don't have an army. Now, those weapons and arms, they either have to bring it to the men, or the men have to go to the weapons. But it would all be timed to a very specific thing. Now, the timing, this is where it gets really interesting, so follow with me here, because this is Mr. Cat Eye just thinking. Since Pence is our vice president, and Trump as president is going to be in Argentina, should there be, for whatever reason, an attack, a surprise attack on America involving nuclear strike on cities as part of an attack, Trump would be in Argentina and Pence would be in Mexico. And if Mexico, this inauguration, serves as the meeting of all of the gang who got together to do this operation, then Pence, as vice president, and all the Secret Service staff and everyone involved with Pence on this trip could be held hostage. Now, that would mean, and we would have to observe what happens to Trump in Argentina, because there could be some planned event for Trump in Argentina involving Air Force One, because this new technology that North Korea has unveiled could be the technology that renders Air Force One obsolete, which means that Trump would be a sitting duck. And if they eliminate Trump, and I'm using the word if Trump is in any way eliminated or deterred or in some way prevented from acting as president of the United States because he's in Argentina and or because they've eliminated him, and because Pence would be in custody among these communist dictators and other world leaders who are part of the invasion plan, then you would have to at some point to think like I started thinking, well, who would be, because you see, we would be in the midst of a nuclear strike. Martial law would be immediately declared from the time the first nukes fell on wherever they fall. Martial law would be, and a national emergency would be declared. Now, with the president either no longer alive or not able to carry out his duties because he's in Argentina, and with Pence under some type of an arrest or detention in Mexico, the order of sequence in terms of content of leadership for our government, according to the Presidential Succession Act that was adopted back in 1947. Now, it was revised again in 2006 prior to Obama, but the line of succession follows the president, the vice president, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the President pro tempore of the Senate, and then the eligible heads of federal executive departments who form the president's cabinet. But let's just talk about the top three. If Trump is no longer able to carry out his duty, and Pence is under some form of an arrest, or hell, for all we know, they could eliminate him, execute him, and everyone involved. We don't know how that could go, but just bear with me here. Because if Trump and Pence are out of the picture, the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House, at present is Ryan. However, Nancy Pelosi is anticipated to become the Speaker of the House. She claims that she has enough votes, and so just so that you understand, the Democratic leadership is going to vote on November the 28th. Let me repeat this, very important because of the timing. The Democratic caucus will vote with their leadership for the Speaker of the House on November 28th, and the final floor vote for the Speaker before the whole House would be on January the 3rd. Now, if the vote on the 28th occurs and Nancy Pelosi is in some way shown to be the potential future Speaker of the House, then the national emergency and the martial law could, and I don't know because I'm not a legal expert, but Ryan, of course, is a Republican. Pelosi is a Democrat. And so what I'm saying is that with Trump and Pence out of the way, Nancy Pelosi would become the president, acting president of the United States. Are you with me so far? Mm-hmm. This conspiracy is vast and has been planned accordingly in order to achieve the results that they're hoping to achieve.
It has been planned since the 90s, guys. It has been planned by Fox News and The Simpsons. Go look it up if you don't want to believe me. Lisa looks just like her. The cartoon eyes looks just like Pelosi, folks. We may have been wrong. It is not Hillary Clinton. If this happens, we're in deep shit.
It's been structured and planned very carefully, and the timing of which, for me, is indicative by the code that I'm able to observe in these events. But okay, now that I've told you that, that's the kind of the cliffhanger, because Nancy Pelosi could potentially be the president with Trump and Pence out of the picture under this type of a first strike on America. Now let's go through this first strike on America, because I have to go back to these 4 target cities. These 4 target cities, as part of a perhaps a nuclear strike, may be some other type of tactical type weapon that North Korea just alluded to possessed.
She can't even get a damn word in right. She stutters. Oh my God, is all I got to say. George Soros wants chaos in America. By gosh, this would be chaos in America, because even the Democratic Party that was on that didn't like Trump would probably be jumping on the other side trying to fight the right way, because they know Pelosi is a piece of shit. Because she didn't even care about us Americans. Democrat or Republican, it doesn't really matter, guys, because she was always too worried about the immigrants and the migrants, if you remember. Just saying.
We don't know. Could be an EMP type of weapon. It could be something else that we're not yet quite informed about. But okay. Now, this this is the time when, of course, if in fact we have the beginning of this operation beginning on 12/1, I would note that counting the end date, that it is exactly 23 days from 12/1 through 12/23. Of keynote with regard to these target cities would be 12/21, because all four cities are coded with 21, 12, which was the code two ways, raw numbers and reduction to 4 times 3, which would be 12. So 12/21, 12/22, and 12/23 are 3 days. 3. Now, because of that, if they've gone to the trouble to plan all of this, and with so many things so many moving parts, you would have to consider that the caravan of thousands of men, potentially a covert military force of Cuban.
Yes, you're right, Jennifer. Holy crap, that's all I got to say, man. I've been trying to rack my brain over this since I woke up this morning, and then this video came out yesterday. I didn't even know this guy until Jose sent me the video when I woke up, because I've been working in the middle of the night. But I never knew who Mr. Caddy was until now. I'm going to start watching this guy more often. She stated this when they were arguing over the wall. What is the channel called? Mr. Caddy. Mr. Caddy is the name. This is absolutely a headache, turn around, upside down, inside out if this happened, folks. No wonder. They already had this plan, guys. It makes sense. Think about it. No wonder they're bringing in the troops in Austin, Texas. See, you forgot I have friends that's going to be deployed to Texas. She told me that they were not there to get people's guns. She said they were protecting something. This is making sense because Mr. Caddy just said they're going in to get the gold. You see where I'm coming from? She said, I promise you they're not coming after your guns unless the president changes his mind or her mind. You heard what Obama said a couple of years ago. This might be is what he was trying to say, that she could be the one that brings in martial law or gun confiscations like they've been talking about. And the nukes. Maybe that Democrat that said that yesterday could be saying that we're going to have nukes. And it may not even be us nuking them, because I told you the United States is not have nothing to do with the guns confiscation. It's going to be North Korea or China or Russia. We forget. Russia just met with Mike Pence and that goofy guy. So let's just say I'm telling you guys, if this happens and what Obama said a couple of months ago, he's going to win the war on Christmas. Well, December the 23rd is 2 days before Christmas. Just think about it. December the 1st is just what? 2 more weeks? Is that what I'm trying to get at? And then guess what? Wormwood supposed to be here November the 20th through the December the 20th. So what I'm trying to get at is, me and Caddy never heard of this guy my entire life. He comes out of nowhere, and believe it or not, there was a guy named Caddy in a movie called the Smokey and the Bandit, or was it Caddy something? It was Stroker Ace or something. But I've never heard of Mr. Caddy until now. Because I've been so dang busy working with other people. Yeah, you can thank Jose. Jose is the one that sent me this guy. Jose hit a home run, no doubt. We work as a team. I'm glad we're on the same side. There's deployments all around the world right now. We just found out USS. There's a ship heading toward. I do know this. Okay, there is a ship heading toward Israel. They just deployed. This is making sense, folks. Because what did I tell y'all was going to happen? If this happens, there's going to be a bomb. First, Wormwood is false. No, it's not. I've got pictures and videos of it. I did it October the 25th. If you want to argue with me, go right ahead. Why do you think they're covering up the earth? Why do you think they're covering up the sun and the moon and all that? Wormwood. Wormwood's closing in. Why do you think the volcanoes are erupting? So they won't show you Wormwood. You can deny it all you want, bud. I've got evidence. I've got ex-CIA and ex-NSA Kevin Shipp and Edward, and the guy that's been calling all this climate chaos crap, John Moore, former Navy. The people that walked away from the beast, that walked away from the pedophile government. I don't care who you know. All I know is you're ignorant and you're gone. I'm telling you, dude, I don't want your subscriber if you're stupid. I'm sorry. We don't need stupid people on my Facebook or on my YouTube or anything. I've been kicking a bunch of stupid idiots off my Facebook. Bye. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Like I said, go find you a PlayStation game. Okay?
Central American, South American, perhaps even Russian. But since we know that since we know that Chinese troops had bases established on the Mexico side of our southern border, those Chinese elements could also include North Korean elements, which is why the vehicles, if in fact those vehicles that were supposedly observed in the thousands do have a red star, it would be, to me, be more indicative of China and North Korea. If there are thousands of tanks in East Mexico, then they would need to move and be transported from where they are all the way up to America, our southern border. This is why this 1,000-mile railroad system, yes, it's a project, but I believe it's part of a plan. And so,
okay, I just got a text from my friend I went to school with, Erin Hogue. She's former Army, and she said what I'm saying could be true, but the thing is, they're down there. It's a decoy. The illegals are decoys, folks, of what's about to happen. This is looking like Red Dawn scenario, just like I said. So what I'm finding out on this stuff, and I'm glad we got the right information, because y'all are being fucked over. Talking about fucked over by the big YouTube channels. It's like watching CNN and NBC or ABC or the fake news. Seriously. There's not that many channels left that's telling the truth. Now, if you want to be stupid and act like you don't know what's going on, then you're going to be the first one to get shot by yourself when you need a team. So just keep on arguing with someone that knows what's going on. So I've been knowing this since 1980. And when did they start digging underground? 1979. I was 2 years old. I was 2 years old when this happened. 1980, my dad leaves to Jamaica with the church. They come back and they bring back a story of what is happening right now. This has all been planned, folks, to depopulate the country. More depopulation, folks. This is a depopulation thing. If you're not here to survive, oh well. Too bad. Too sad. We are. And we are one. We don't need stupidity on my channel. I'm sorry. I'm not like all the others asking for money and asking you to stay on here and subscribe. If you don't want to survive and learn anything, then go somewhere else. Go to them dumbasses that's going to get kicked off for telling you fake news. Because they're disappearing. I mean, one of my best channels is gone. General Shepherd. Gone. Go look it up. He's gone. Y'all need to wake up. Or go back and play your little PlayStation game. NASCAR stupidity online trollers. Because that's all you are. That's all you are. We don't have mics in game and a game booth because of you. So shut up and go somewhere else. I went to you know what I did? After we lost the game booth and NASCAR online and everything, I stopped racing online because these kids and families and mothers that wants to survive and live hired me to work for them. So you think about what you're doing. Okay? Don't tell me to get on the medication. I was on that medication and that was my problem. Thank God Carmen slapped me in the face and told me to wake up. I lost her. It's too late. But at least I'm doing this for my grandfather's legacy that fought for World War II. And I'm fighting for my uncle Randall, Sergeant Randall White. Captain Jason Winstead is my cousin. My other uncle is Lieutenant Mitch Leith from Texas. So don't fucking tell me that I don't know nothing. I've got people around me telling me what's up. We got stupidity people that's not waking up because they must not have family in the military. Anybody else wants to be stupid? Be my guest. You will be kicked off, deleted, and blocked. How about your freedom there, Mr. Hate? You noticed I could care less if you subscribe or not. You decide what you want to do because I'm Nick Saban and you just got ran over by the Alabama Crimson Tide defense. And you're Auburn. You're about to get your ass kicked next week.
What I'm saying is that they're beginning their plan on 12/1 based on some things that are shown that the code shows. 12/1 is when they're beginning because that's the date of this presidential inauguration. What happens between 12/1 and 12/21 is anyone's guess, to include mine. I have
Roll Tide. Appreciate you being here, Jennifer, and all the others that's commented the smart way and the good way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Their free speech is gone when they do hate speech and they don't respect authority and they don't respect people that knows what's going on. Is being upside down and undivided because you and everybody else don't know how to share, subscribe, and like to people that knows what's going on. No, you follow John X or you follow BP Earthwatch or Paul Begley and them queen bitches that's about to get their ass handed to them and kicked off. Jennifer is from the Navy. She knows what's going on. I've got friends in low places. I've got the Marines militia on my side. I'm the speaker of them. I've been with them for 4 years now. Yes, Jennifer. The inauguration 2012-1 is Mexico. Was it 10/28 is Pelosi.
No clue, no idea. Although I realize that they need time for things to unfold, for demands, I guess, to be met. Because if an invasion kicks off small scale into America, penetrating much as the invasion map, my Jade Helm invasion map showed, penetrated as high as Oklahoma, bear in mind that the area of interest with regard to the Jade Helm map was derived from the Walmart store closures that identified to me an area of interest. And when Jade Helm was determined to be a hostile...
No, I do not. I used to watch both of them. They're stupid, dude. They're stupid. Marf, look, I'm going to help you out, man. Marf works with his uncle from FEMA. Okay? Mark Fugel. I'm not jealous of them. I was working with them until they ignored me. And then I was like, wait a minute, they're CIA. If they ignore you, something's up. You know the sad part is for you, man, you're going to get killed. You're the one that is up in Notre Dame, ain't it? Huh? Talk all you want, man. Because the United States is going to be split in half by these people. If you're Louisiana all the way up to the freaking Michigan lakes, you're done.
Texas was determined to be a hostile area, and the release of artificial intelligence.
There's no jealousy to it. I wanted to work with them people. That's the sad part, guys. They didn't want to work with me because they knew I hate CIA. I hate your government that's taking your freedom. Is there something wrong with that, Mr. Irish? Look of Irish? Because guess what? Notre Dame, you're about to get your ass kicked by the Alabama Crimson Tide again. And you'll lose your quarterback in the first play again. By a praying quarterback named Tua.
Intelligence and all the things that we should have already learned from Jade Helm. Well, it's important to understand that it could be the type of an invasion that seeks to control specific regions and or specific territory. But let's discuss that, because that's what many of you envision, some type of Hollywood Red Dawn invasion, and where, I guess you're going to jump on motorcycles or pickup trucks and run around and kill Cubans. No, that's delusional. That's not how it's going to be. But please bear this in mind. There could already be ongoing right now today things that are happening along the border that we're not aware of, that they're not going to tell us, that involve our national security. This is, for me, a reality. But okay, let's say that an invasion, small scale, involving these covert military types within the caravan.
Yeah, I like cornbread and milk myself. And I just spit 2 of them out today. Cornbread and milk means... But what I'm trying to get at is these guys think I wanted to kick everybody off. No, I told you 6 months ago that the internet and the YouTubers were going to disappear one by one by one by one. And none of y'all listen to me. You know why you didn't listen to me? Because you was too worried about other people. You too worried about yourself. Irish. Am I right? You're too damn worried about yourself, and you will die for it. See, I work for a team. 26 million of them. And they tell you to either adapt or perish.
Does begin. They're somehow they get their weapons issued and they begin operations crossing our southern border, moving into key parts of America, the United States. They would want to control roads and key highways, key junctures. That would be a very important role for conventional forces. In addition, those same type of conventional forces would want to control the major cities, and by controlling mobility, you would be able to do that because then you're getting into the control of the major populations within those cities. Because you see, if they control the road network systems, they control mobility, your ability to get around. And there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to, these early military invading forces are going to occupy and take control of key energy, water, and food supply areas in order to control the populations. Their intent would be to have control, full control to some capacity of entire regions that would then serve, in other words, they've been planning this invasion for quite a while. They plan to somehow divide up America in some way that these regions, I'm certain, once nuclear strikes have occurred, you never know.
And they wanted to divide. Obama wanted to divide the country. Trump wanted to undivide the country. And they all undivided. So while y'all are fighting against each other, Americans, guess who's about to come in here and kick you in the head? China, North Korea, Iran, Venezuela, the Honduras rapists, gang rapers. They're about to rape the hell out of you, man. And they don't cover up. What are you going to do when there's about 15 of them in front of your ass, boys? Oh, I give up. I give up. Ain't that right? You're going to give up, kids. Huh? Am I giving you a little bit of reality here? Am I scaring the shit out of you like I did at Sloss Fright Furnace? I'll get you once, I'll get you twice, I'll get you 3 times in the clown maze. From the front to the middle to the back. And I will chase you all the way out to the freaking parking lot. That's what I used to do. Now I'm doing it in a different way, buddy. You want to put your little, hey, roll your sleeves up if you want to punch me in the face that I want to save my kids and our family and our family and our friends. Fuck you. You got me, Mr. Irish. Because Alabama's beating the fuck out of you. 29-0.
What's going to ensue. But I believed that, because I stated in a posting, that if in fact this is a first strike attack that's augmented by incoming military from our southern border, then it stands to reason that they've taken and planned and considered border units, our military, our Air Force assets, our military bases, which could all very well be taken care of, debilitated, or destroyed as part of the initial attack. This would mean that, because once we get into air superiority, missiles and things that are anti-aircraft, what I'm saying is that what we saw with Jade Helm, this backing off of this new line, could be to allow for this engagement area, of which Texas is predominantly the biggest part of. Because, once again, if in fact there are going to be Cuban, South and Central American forces that combine maybe even with Russian forces, then through Louisiana, the coast, all the Texas coastline, Houston, a major port city. And so, once again, they would be moving north and they would go through Austin. Now, Austin, once again, if in fact they're going to use weapons of new technology, it would stand to reason they might use something that doesn't destroy everything so that they can acquire the gold. Now, that's just for me something that I have to keep in mind. I see the gold as a motivation that's an element behind this big operation of an invasion. But okay. So, with our military, Air Force perhaps not at its best, because you have to understand, for 8 years of Obama, he removed generals and admirals, anyone who basically disagreed with him.
Yep.
He put in Zionist
He's
elements. And yeah, we know who you are. Okay, so there's no lying. You're pretending that you're a patriot and an American doing your job, because now you were put there by Obama to be the problems that you have become since being put into office. Now, Obama, like I said,
Pelosi's been here since Bush. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. There's pictures all over the place of Pelosi kissing George W. Bush's Jr.'s ass. Just thought you might want to know that, folks. Remember that. Remember what I just said. And if there's any more trollers coming in there, I'm going to be Goliath and you're going to be Kit, and I'm going to go right in the face.
his role was to weaken and make America vulnerable to the invasion that they themselves planned. However, since Trump has been successful in winning the presidency, we don't have Hillary. Trump has been the significant factor that has
Well, you better get the fuck out of Texas. If you haven't heard what we just said, you're about to fucking lose your rights in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. And so is them nukes.
Causing problems. But I believe that this plan that is part of this invasion scenario on our southern border is much more complicated than we wish to.
California is gone. Washington, D.C., gone. Hawaii, gone. Austin, Texas, gone. There's more cities, but we've already went into all the other cities when Iran brings in their little white vans with missiles in them, and they ignite and blow up the whole damn deal. That's when Pelosi gets to get taken down. You think Pelosi's gonna last? Nope. The next president don't even last long. They get killed and blown away by Iran.
Give any thought to. It's big, much bigger than even I have discussed. But okay, now, so these four cities.
Well, if you not noticed, the ones that y'all been believing in has been disappearing like flies. It's like Anonymous has been swatting them like flies, and I think it's funny because they're all CIA. I'm not. Who hubba 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 hubba? Who do you trust, me or your corrupt government?
Hawaii, Los Angeles, Austin, and Washington are target cities that were identified back in 2013, again in 2015, and I discussed the finding last year in 2017 when I noted the code within the code that identified the pattern and sequence that I'm showing you right now. A 2-1 pattern coming right out of the borderline bar and grill shooting that involved 12 plus 1, and this 12-1 which adds to 4, and the 2-3 as part of the pattern and sequence that shows two cities, okay, only getting hit once, and yet two cities getting hit 3 times over 3 days.
Yep. And it's not looking good for Mike Pence or Trump, buddy. Pelosi will be your next president. Mark it. Mark it. This guy's making sense, and so is my dream now.
Days. A 2, 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 from the 1, 2, and 1 is a 9. So here's your 923. But it's not so much a date as it is a group, a phase, and a group of dates identified as a 23-day window stemming from 12-1 through 12-23, just prior to Christmas Eve. Now, the fact that it's going to be winter and that we're having the unusual weather that we're having is another element to consider, because winter is when they normally release the flus and all well, that's just the time of the year when flu viruses and so forth are extremely high. And so I had to cover this way because, well, for me, when I realized that Trump was going to be in Argentina.
Did YouTube just knock him off? What happened to Mr. Irish? Did you just fumble the football? Damn. He must have threatened to kill me. Oh well. There goes a drone. Explosives on your head. I tried to warn y'all. Say anything hateful or stupidity. Skynet's going to fuck you up. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. It looks bad. The Simpsons is right on cue, guys. This and Fox predicted. What else did they predict, folks? Didn't they predict Paul Walker's death? I believe they did. They even predicted the watches, which Knight Rider predicted the watches talking to Kit, remember, in the 80s? This has all been planned, guys. I mean, seriously. We really need to work together and quit being stupid. Because if you're in here to fucking troll, I'm going to fuck you up. Not just that, I'm going to have the police shoot you in the head like I did the others. Just thought you might want to know that, Antifa. You're Antifa if you disagree with me. You're a pedophile if you disagree with me, just like Stony Stone. Just saying. If you don't like me, oh well, bye. You won't get the real truth, I promise you that. All the others are like WCW and the fake news. So you decide what you want to do. I'm not getting paid by the corporate. All right? You think about it that way. I'm getting paid by independent women that knows what I'm up to and what I'm all about. And I'm going to get paid by a man next week. They're going to be my boss. And I really appreciate it. Seriously, thanks, John.
And that yesterday, North Korea tested some new weapon that doesn't violate their agreement with Trump because it's not.
Yes, you're right. The red star is North Korea. But China has a star too. Remember, China and North Korea is in the movie Red Dawn 2012. I put it on my Facebook if y'all want both movies. If you go onto my Facebook, you can find it. I put it out there this weekend. Both of them. Patrick Swayze one and the other one.
New weapon, it's a different type of weapon that we don't really know anything about, has raised a lot of concerns. But for me, the timing, you see, North Korea is a puppet of China.
Mm-hmm.
China has been making all kinds of demands and threats against American forces, and it's been going back and forth. So to see North Korea and Kim Jong-un discuss and be proud of the fact.
Remember what China said to the United States ships in the South China Sea. Get out, get out, get out. They haven't been getting out because it's all planned. It's puppet mastered by George Soros. All of our troops are not nowhere to be found, guys. I'm telling you, all of them are dead. They've been killed by drones. We don't got a big army like we used to. I want you to know that right now. It even says it in the Bible that our army is going to be weak. Think about what Donald Trump has done. Nothing. All he is talk. He's a puppet, guys. Look what Obama has done. Same thing. He's took your jobs. Trump has took your jobs. They're both the same thing as a mirror because they're listening to the Federal Reserve and the puppet master, George and the 13 World Banks. So I feel sorry for y'all if you don't understand what's coming and what's going on. Just want you to know that. If you don't know what's going on and what's happening, we're about to be under siege. And I don't think it's going to be Steven Seagal saving you.
That they have a new tactical weapon that's secret is enough to, well, the timing for me says that it's in timing for what's been planned. So these 4 cities may not be all the 4 cities. These 4 cities, for whatever reason, hold the code. So there could very well be other target cities that I'm not aware of, but I needed to mention this because you see, these 4 cities is what allowed me to see this code that I feel directly relates to the 12/1 presidential inauguration.
Yeah, the parachutes in the 80s. That teacher walks out. The African American teacher walks out and says, "Man, they're off their course," or something like that. And he walks in there. He walks out there and says, "Hey, are you okay?" or something like that. Or says something like, "Are you going to? Are you lost?" or something like that. And then all of a sudden you hear him, "Dubby ho," and he starts shooting. Da, 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 da. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Charlie Sheen was in that movie, the other pedophile, and Patrick Swayze, and them other 2 girls. Dang, that's a pretty moon. Were they in Colorado? No, they were in Texas. They were in Texas. It was a Texas school. That's making sense because that's where the invasion's supposed to start, is in Texas, and then move up north. They're going to invade 4 countries, 4 cities: Hawaii, California, Washington D.C., and Austin, Texas. Well, I'm helping everybody I can and whatever's out there, but I'm not going to listen to anybody that don't want to listen. I'm just telling you right now, if you don't listen to what I'm working with, I'm the speaker of the Marines Militia, WikiLeaks, and Anonymous, ex-CIA, ex-NSA, the Navy, former Army, former Marines. I've got some good people on me, and I've got my grandfather telling me what was going on before he passed away. He knew this was coming. So all I can say is, look at the games. Hey, you said you're a gamer. Look at the games. Call of Duty was warning you. Battlefield was warning you, right? No, it won't be. It will be actually in the daytime, in the morning. Okay? The lights will go out on a Friday. I got to look at the dates, and I got to look at the map again. That might be another show. We'll talk about that. We're going to figure that out together. How about that? That's the 3-prong attack. Yeah, well, it's going to be a 4-prong attack. Remember, Hawaii, California, Washington, D.C., and Austin, Texas. You're welcome.
Of AMLO, Andres Manuel Lopez
Rated R Superstar
Obrador, the new incoming president of Mexico. And because he is, you look at him, like a mild, gentle man, much like Trump, doesn't appear to be the super cowboy type like Maduro.
Yeah, they ordered the guillotines from China and Mexico. Yep. They actually got them smart guillotines because something. All I know is they look pretty evil. I will tell you that much. They've ordered a bunch of them. They've ordered a bunch of caskets and a bunch of stuff because y'all gonna give up. I'm not. Yeah, you're welcome, partner. You just joined us. Nancy Pelosi is going to be your next speaker, and if Mike Pence and Donald Trump passes away somehow, what The Simpsons has been predicting, we're going to have a woman as president after Trump, and guess who it could be? None other than Crazy Town, Crazy House, Crazy, good God Almighty. The world's going to an end if this happens. Pelosi.
The other typical dictators. But make no mistake about it. AMLO did not get to be president of Mexico on his own. He was put in office with the approval of many groups, insiders, drug cartels, and
I do know he was approved by George Soros and the 13 world banks. That president is actually in the movie Fast and the Furious. Wow, shit is really going to hit the fan. Yeah, you think? Wolverine, they want a war, they got one. And how about that Democrat wanted to nuke us if we don't give them our guns? That blonde-headed guy don't have a damn chance against us. We'll take his toupee and hang it off of a freaking diesel truck and we'll start driving. We'll tie his freaking toupee up and we'll start driving down the road in a big diesel truck.
With so many different groups that have helped him come to power, that I know in the background over the many years that this has taken to transpire, that Bush, Obama, specifically Obama.
Yeah, you know who the riots are? I'm not talking about Riot Squad from WWE either. Your riots are going to be the migrants that rape the people in Europe and other countries. And they have a destination to get to the border, and our military are going to give them guns. Mark it on your calendar. It's another 9/11 plot. And they're supposed to get there overnight, not during the daytime. And they're already going on buses, charter buses that George Soros has gave them. Remember that. Remember that. They got a job, all right. They got new iPhones. They've got more money than us, and we're Americans. Think about that. Don't be mad at me giving you the truth. Be mad at the ones that's coming in here to beat your ass, trollers. Because I got news for you, trollers. You're dead and you don't even know it. Let's just say the invasion is Chainsaw Massacre and you're running from Chainsaw Massacre.
Were heavy and instrumental in what went on during the 8 years prior to this inauguration. So I have to mention this because in the scheme of a discussion involving an invasion, too many people try to simplify it into cowboys and Indians, where there's a good guy and there's a bad guy, and of course the good guy always wins. Well, that's not reality, people, because you see, if in fact they're able to control the cities, the people will become hostages in the cities, hostages where the people themselves will become the aggressors. Because if you limit and or control fuel, mobility, energy, water, and primarily food, to include medicine, things of that nature. If you live in a time with no internet, no law enforcement, no ability to call 911, where you're going to have to fend for yourself and or you're going to have to defend yourself. Now, their strike moving deep into the interior, the heartland of America, would be to control those major arteries of road networks that once controlled would be held in order to allow follow-on elements to do their thing as they move in. But I believe overall it would be to take control of specific regions in order to achieve some ultimate political goal. And if in fact Nancy Pelosi does become the Speaker of the House and for whatever reason becomes the third in line, the president, acting president, because Pence is out of the picture, and because potentially, possibly, Trump could be out of the picture. I don't know. Trump being in Argentina during such a time, it only stands to reason that they would have planned, because it would have been planned in order to have them both out of the nation at a time when this kicks off, where things are done that renders Nancy Pelosi, through whatever shenanigans or lies or whatever, the president. That's what you got to keep in mind. And, we don't know how the Democrats are going to vote, but once again, I believe there's so much corruption and that Nancy Pelosi has so much dirt on people, you just never know. I have heard that there are those others that are willing to oppose her and run against her. So you never know how things could go. But since they're going to vote on November 28th, this is key, because she will either be seen as the potential winner or not. Now, this for me is key because how this goes with the Speaker of the House being determined, for me, plays into many parts of this conspiracy. And if in any way, shape, or form Nancy Pelosi is part of this outcome involving the speakership for the House of Representatives, then it sets this conspiracy a little bit deeper than I would have expected, because you see, it's all been planned this way. That's what's hard to understand, because you have to incorporate so many different components of the conspiracies. Like I said, the monster has many moving parts, and this 12/1 presidential inauguration, this date of 12/1 that opens this window for 23 days that leads through 12/23 is going to begin on 12/21, which
Well, I've been saying it was going to be either Pelosi or Michelle Obama or Clinton, which we already had to eliminate Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's dying. Okay, she's actually already dead. And you already got, and it shows on The Simpsons that Bill Clinton is arrested in that FEMA show when they did the FEMA show. So everything is coming to an end. I don't have guns. I got knives though. We got meth bombs. We're training with meth bombs right now to take out a whole platoon. So they're gonna wish they never lesson with us. And we got 4-wheelers, 4-wheel drives, horses, because we know ours are not gonna be running. Nobody's gonna be running in their vehicles, slice and dice. That's right. But they're putting meth bombs in Coca-Cola bottles, and we've been pretty much testing them out and throwing them out in the woods and then blowing up. It's pretty cool. I don't know how to explain it. But it's working, and we got to have a plan, and we got a plan in play just in case this happens. But if you're in Florida, you're in the Gulf, and you're on the East Coast or on the West Coast or in the middle of the United States from Louisiana all the way up, you're a goner. Just thought you might want to know that.
This is when I believe these 4 cities will be addressed as a result of what the code shows. Now, what happens between 12/1 and 12/21, I don't know. I've already said that. And so I'm going to continue to monitor, continue to observe and study, because you see, the tunnels, the drug cartel tunnels on the southern border that could potentially come into the U.S. On the U.S. side could have all been assisted by North Korean and or Chinese elements that help dig them. It could be where all the munitions are stored that will eventually be dispersed to the covert military forces that are within the caravan of thousands of immigrants coming our way. And like I said, there has to be a timing. So we're going to see things that, well, it's going to just take time because we have to make it to 12.
Well, like I said, guys, when they get the caravan and the ISIS and Honduras and the Venezuela people gets to them tunnels, the guns will be waiting on them. I told you that. Just like Fast and Furious. And they got vehicles ready for them too.
One. And before we ever do, we have to pass this 1128 vote for Speaker of the House. That to me sets up the bigger picture. Because if it is Nancy Pelosi, then, well, for me, it's going to really be a strong indication of the worst kind. Now, that's where I want to leave you. It should be enough for you to consider and to think about, because I want you to think about it. Okay? And all these leaders, communists, socialists, dictators getting together, I believe wasn't, it's all planned. They're using this event, this presidential inauguration, as the cover for their operation. And with Pence being there, and with Trump being where he's supposed to be, don't know how it's going to play out. But it's just me talking. So we're going to have to wait to see. But I hope it's not anywhere near what I'm thinking. Because if it is, then we got some problems coming our way. And
God
thinking
help
that
us.
rescue, and or that the Air Force and the A-10s are going to take care of any problems along the border, you're deluding yourself.
Yeah.
Because in such a type of exchange or invasion, anti-aircraft weapons would at some point come out, and our Air Force and our control of airspace would be, they'd have to fall back, which is what the Jade Helm invasion map suggested was being planned, to allow them to come into the kill zone, decimate them, and while they may not plan to win, they plan to be able to have control of specific regions that would then be...
No, because they've been training, and they've been hired by George Soros to take your freedom and kill you and rape you, because they don't cover up. Just thought you might want to know that. That's ISIS, by the way, embedded with them too.
Political, who knows, political bartering tools as part of the aftermath of an invasion where who knows how it's going to go. Because if Nancy Pelosi is Speaker of the House and ends up
yeah, it's not good. This does not look good at all, guys. This is making me sick. But I'm going to fight for y'all. And I'm sure y'all going to fight for yourselves. And, you know.
becoming the president because of what happens to Trump and or Pence, then, ladies and gentlemen, that didn't happen by accident. That's what I'm saying. None of this is by accident or coincidence. So, until next time, this is Mr. Cat Eye saying thanks for watching, thanks for considering, and thanks for listening to what I had to say. Have a great day.
Well, he just... He just said, guys, it's crazy. Before I let y'all go, I'm going to let y'all go in a minute. But he just said, if you look at geometry numbers, this is how I knew the hurricanes were going to be something planned in play with the mother of all bombs in the city, like Panama City and Carolina and everything, and all the fires. Some of them were set, and some of them was set from outer space. I will tell you that much. But geometry says Hurricane Lane was in the cartoon Simpsons. I want y'all to remember that, okay? Lisa Simpson is actually Pelosi in geometry. Okay? Hawaii in the Simpsons cartoon is Obama. I just want y'all to remember that, okay? Everything's set up for a reason. Hawaii was taken from China. That was their land now. California is China's. And I told you the Midwest is China's. What are they coming in? They're coming in from the Midwest. They're coming from Mexico. China and North Korea has a way to bring in the parachutes. They're using the airspace of Mexico. Mexico is a dictator. Okay? Trump is a dictator. Trump had something to do with the 9/11 plot. It's all together, folks. Trump is going to either fake his death and go underground like all the other elites, while you're a deer in the headlights when they just nuke us. Just like I said yesterday in the video with the NWO walking away from the NWO because they wanted to have sex with his 14-year-old daughter. So all this is coming true. Everyone needs to damn date for real. But no one, which sucks. No shit. But I appreciate all of y'all here, the ones that does care. It's strange for POTUS and VP to be out of country at the same time. Yeah. Something's about to happen, guys. Something's about to happen. It's all planned. Tina. Why? Why is our president going to other countries when our country is shit? He needs to be here working on our country. That's what I have a problem with. That's what I have a problem with your presidents, guys. They either out there playing golf or screwing around with your kids. Think about it. Just saying. I've got a problem with them. I got a problem with your stupid presidents. Presidents. Because they're all the same. They're dead presidents. They come in here and take our freedom and our guns. This is me signing out. Hurricane Andrew speaking. I love you all. God bless you. God bless America. Share, viral, and thank you for all the donations on Facebook. I love you all. Be safe. I've got to go eat. Thank you. Love you all. Take care, Mr. R. Yes, probably around 4 o'clock Eastern time. Like always.